So Laurie, hi. We are going to be talking about how to prepare for postpartum as a new mom, and that is such a treacherous territory to talk about because it's difficult when you're a new mom. You don't know what's happening. So, what is your tips to for all the moms out there?
Oh, I have quite a few tips. I think probably one of the biggest tips that I like to start off with is to get moms into the headspace of preparing for spending time with a newborn, in that it is very, very tiring, no matter what anybody tells you. You will be quite fatigued, and you want to do whatever you can ahead of time to help prepare you for that. And what I tell moms is anything that you can get out of the way, like if you can get 2 months worth of bills already set up to be automatically paid, if you can get 10 meals put in the freezer, if you can save up money to get gift cards, even for yourself, of gift certificates for your favorite takeout restaurants, if you can save, if you have a baby shower. You would probably agree with me this, Aditi, we think we need all this stuff, and we wind up with so many baby clothes and outfits and blankets and little toys, and very little of it actually gets used. And I tell new mothers to just ask for what you are really going to need, and that might be money to pay for a postpartum doula, money to pay for a lactation consultant, money to pay for a house cleaner, gift certificates to your favorite restaurants. I tell moms to prepare. I'm not really thrilled with paper goods, but you can get things that can be recycled. And even for the first 2 weeks, if you plan on having easy meals that are brought to you that you could purchase, and using paper plates, napkins, that kind of thing that you can throw away, or that can easily be rinsed and washed. I don't know if you'll agree with this also, but one of the biggest things in my household was, what are we going to do for dinner? And everybody's tired. Everybody's cranky at the end of the day. And the one thing that would make people feel a lot better is knowing that you're going to have a good meal, a good dinner at the end of the day. So I talk a lot about preparing, and the easiest things that you can prepare for is to put money or gift certificates or meals or paper goods, all do that all ahead of time to free you up for just being with your newborn in those early weeks.
Of course, and it is our wonderful friends who have signed us up for the registry, or we have signed for a registry. But the honest to goodness truth is that just getting gifts in general, moms know what moms need, and friends who don't know what moms need can always ask their friends who are moms, and because there are those few essentials that work for every single mom, and they even carry on to the next kid. So you would rather have a meal paid out for, or a massage. I mean, come on, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes.
Or to get help, like professional help from someone wonderful like you, who would tell them oh, you're struggling with this, here's how you do it. And I think getting that actual professional help would be a wonderful way to prepare for the postpartum times. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So what else do you think should be on the list then?
Well, and I think for moms who are breastfeeding, they should have a list of who their resources are. When we are struggling after our baby is born and we are sleep deprived, we are not at our best. Like beforehand, you may have the time and the energy and the interest to go on the internet, to ask other friends on Facebook what resources in their community. But once your baby is born, you're so tired, it's hard to even get on the computer or touch base with people. But if you can start taking like a breastfeeding class beforehand, and if you take it from someone like myself who's an IBCLC, you get 2 things done. You get to take the class, find out lots of good information, and you're now connected with someone in your community that you can call for help afterwards. And lots of lactation consultants, like I know for myself, I'm connected with postpartum doulas and other things that will help you postpartum. So once you find one or two good resources, they open up the door for you to ask questions for other resources that you might need. So taking a good breastfeeding class for a mom is really important. And I think also lots of times we spend time thinking about what we need, but we also need to think about help for our partner, because this is a big issue that, like, I know I thought, well, my partner, my husband was going to be there for me and help me. But guess what? I don't know what happens in a lot of other lives for sure, but what happened in mine and what a lot of people tell me is that now you have two adults who are very exhausted and cannot function too well as far as taking care of all the household chores and the meals and etc. So I think as women, we need to start thinking about our partners, whoever's living with us and helping us, and what they will need also. And frequently, they need a lot of the things that we need. We need help with household chores and meals. And so if you start thinking, if they take a breastfeeding class, they can start to understand how time-consuming breastfeeding is for mothers afterwards and why we need help. We need someone to come and watch our baby while we nap. We need someone to come with meals. We need for someone to come and clean up. So a lot of my advice really has to do with having people think, what are things that you do in your daily life, that you do in your weekly life, and think about, oh, if I am not able to do that, how will that work get done? Well, my partner can do it. Well, now I want you to start thinking your partner may be just as tired and new baby consumed as you will be. So start to make connections with people in the community beforehand. And a lot of that starts off with, if you're breastfeeding, taking a breastfeeding class. If not, lots of people are taking childbirth classes. Start to make connections with other women. So getting a list of all your resources beforehand helps tremendously.
Wonderful. That was so brilliant. The fact that this is a two-way street, and it is as important it is for us to understand that our partners are going through when they experience something like the childbirth or take a class with us, especially a breastfeeding class, which most men are not interested in knowing much about. But when they see the effort that goes into it, it is understandable that they would then be able to empathize, because
Yes.
it's easy to be like, okay, I think one of the biggest help the men do is, like, when you're tired, they get the baby to you, but I think they don't realize that is work. Your body is working and you're exhausted after feeding the baby, right?
Yes.
I think if such small things, when we pay attention to them, that is when we broaden our minds to be able to take in the exhaustion and we deal with it better, because unless you accept there's a problem, you cannot solve it.
Yes, I think, for one of the lessons learned from me, and again, working with thousands of women of postpartum, I think that we're in a little bit of a la-la land about what we think our life is going to be postpartum, and that we have all this time on our hands. And I really like for parents to get into the mindset that for the most part, you're going to be taking care of your personal hygiene needs, your hydration and nutrition needs, and you're going to be taking care of your baby. And there is not much room left in every 24 hours for all of that. And you need to think, what else do I, like even dog walking and taking care of pets. People don't even realize, like, that used to be a good part and good exercise and etc. And sometimes they realize that they just don't even have the energy to do that. So I like the parents to think, what are all the things that I do on a daily basis that if I'm just taking care of myself, my needs and the baby, that aren't going to get done, how are they going to get done? To ask yourself those questions.
That's so essential. And I think those are wonderful things to think about. And thank you so much, Laurie, for taking this time out to be with us. And it's so exciting. Is there anything else you would like everyone to know about?
Well, let's see. I would love for people to know about a book that I have. It's an ebook. It's a nice, easy read, but it's power packed with some of the things that I talked about. But it also gives very more specific details about gathering resources and, again, ways to help you prepare for postpartum, or prepare for it before you have your baby. And anybody can go to my website, allaboutbreastfeeding.biz. and you can see the link to the New Mother Survival Guide book there. And I just want every mother who's planning on giving birth pretty soon to have a happy and healthy rest of your pregnancy, and a good birth and a healthy baby and healthy mom.
It's wonderful, Lori. Thank you so much. And it's been awesome. I hope all the moms out there have been remembering their early days, and the new moms, welcome to mommyhood. Thanks, Lori.
You're welcome.